think about Giannis winning?
Yeah, I love it,
championship.
dude.
Right, he's a legend.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel bad for CP3, but
I don't. No.
why?
I did, but fucking Giannis, man. This guy's so great. Have you been seeing any of his media stuff? I didn't get to watch the game. I haven't recorded.
Didn't it?
Yeah, what is that
He
accent?
didn't always speak with this Greek accent that is that strong, and now that shit is strong.
Now he'd be
bro.
acting like he barely knows English.
Yeah.
How do you say
always
I have to
had
take
that
a
accent.
tinkle?
It was a really funny
That was
thing,
a
though.
funny bit, though.
Apparently, he gets so fucking worked up and amped up for games. This happens sometimes. He like gets exhausted 5 minutes in and has to take a little breather because Charles Barkley and Kenny said something when they were watching. They said, him and Russell Westbrook play harder than any players they've ever seen.
Yeah.
And to have that from a superstar MVP on defense and offense and champion is fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
They say he plays harder than Mike. And he had some ill-ass quotes that were just like, when he said some shit like, when I think about the past and I'm like playing highlights from the past and watching them, that's my ego. And when I think about the future, like, oh, in this next game, I'm going to fucking crush it, but that's my pride. I try to stay in the present because that's how I'm humble. And I was like, that's so fucking dope. This kid's like 25, 26 years old.
That's fire.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the guy that kids should be looking up to.
So you saw the shot that he took at LeBron?
No, what'd he say?
And not only LeBron, but he's like, I could go join a super team.
Oh.
And he had to stop himself. He goes, it's easier to go join a super team. I mean, I could just go to, all right, let me not say that. And I
I didn't see
could
that.
just go join a super team, but this is the hard way. And that's why I feel so much better that we won it this way.
Yeah.
Fired, dog.
That's also shitting on your teammates. At the same time, it's like,
Oh, yeah. You ain't got no stars. That's facts.
yeah, we're trash, bro. We beat you. We're
You
trash.
saw me win a championship
Yeah.
with these bugs? Who the fuck is Chris Middleton?
One good
Drew
game
Holiday?
every series, motherfucker.
PJ Tucker?
Best thing Drew Holiday did was pass me the ball for that alley-oop, honestly.
100%. Yeah, dog. It's
And I haven't got the game recorded and then ending got ruined, but I heard he went fucking off. 50 points.
50
16
points
of
in a
17
closeout game.
from the free throw line.
Yeah, 16 and 17 for the free throw line, which is crazy because he's been bumming it for the free throw line the whole playoffs. But 50 in a closeout game is insane.
Insane. And mad defensive plays. Blocks, steals. Like, this guy, both ends,
50
full
in a
effort.
closeout is huge. People,
Insane.
You really can't talk about that enough.
Yeah.
Because Chris Paul put up 26.
Yeah.
He had a good, I think it was like 11 or 19 or something like that. 26 is good. We can't criticize you. If
Yeah.
you put up 16 in the closeout game or when you're, about to get closed out, then maybe we can have a little bit of a conversation about you bumming it. But he had the most points on his team. That being said, towards the end of the game, there's 4 minutes left. Pussy, bro. Passing it off. Devin Booker, who's still a young star, but where were you, dog? I didn't even see him take a shot the last 4 minutes of the game. These are the times where your asshole gets tight. Yeah. And Giannis doesn't have tight asshole syndrome at all. Giannis is that like Eli Manning in that nothing bothers him.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he views this as a game. He views this as he's just making sandcastles or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't look like he gets nervous. Doesn't look like he gets infected. I know that he had trouble at the free throw line, but I literally think that he was just having trouble at the free throw line. It wasn't the moment getting to him. You put 50 in a
I
fucking
thought it was the
closeout.
moment. I thought
It
'cause
happens,
the
but I think he lets
the
it
first
go.
2 games, he was kind of bumming it.
Yeah.
The first 2 games, he wasn't stepping up the way that he needed to step
First
up.
maybe.
First game for sure he was bumming it.
Yeah.
But also remember he had that knee injury.
Oh, that's right.
And he
He's
came
coming
back a
off
little
the
fast
fucking
from that.
knee.
Like
I
a pretty
forgot
bad
that.
knee injury. Not
Yeah,
awful. but-
hyperextension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot
That's
about
supposed to be a couple of weeks. He came back early, didn't have a good first game, and then fucking destroyed. And it's unique because Kobe, MJ, they fucking love the big moment. They love to be killers.
Yeah.
We think LeBron maybe chokes a bit. Other players choke a bit. He just seems like every moment is the moment, and that's
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah.
Good or bad, it's just the moment. I don't get up,
Making
I don't get down.
plays, both sides of the floor.
I'm just going to try my hardest.
I mean, CP3, I think he had 5 assists, 26.5 assists. You're the greatest point guard in history. You couldn't get your teammates other buckets.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And Devin Booker, I think he had 19 points when you're about to get closed out.
Yeah, it's rough.
No, bro.
Yeah.
Now, Devin is young. Devin is eventually going to build up.
Devin is a killer, too. I've seen many games.
He's a fucking killer, and he's going to get built up, and it is what it is. But CP3, man, not good enough. I thought he was good enough.
Yeah.
I really thought he was good
Devin
enough.
Booker the slide either. He's an all-star. You got to
Yeah.
step up.
Barely. I think they
But he
added
made
him
it.
at the end, but yeah. But no, Devin's nice, and he's young, and I think he's eventually going to become that dude. And
this
he
is
maybe
his first
needs this
playoffs.
heartbreak in order to realize, oh, wow, I have to be more of a killer. Oh, wow, I didn't take enough shots in the last 4 minutes of that game. But CP3, I'm telling you, man, the tricky thing about CP3 is his ego won't allow him to not be the best person on the team, and he's not good enough to win by himself. So he got these young guys on the team that were willing to listen to whatever he said and willing to maybe be a little bit more bullied than usual. Like, James Harden is like, you're not going to talk to me like that, son.
Yeah.
I'm nicer than you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nicer than you in every way. Now, CP3 finally finds the young guys that allow him to talk his shit and, walk around with that ego. But when the going gets tough, but when it's closeout game and you got to come bring it, can't bring it. He can't do enough to literally will his team to victory.
Jrue Holiday is apparently a fucking good defender. Kevin Durant apparently.
So he's not good enough to beat Jrue Holiday?
Well, so Kevin Durant and somebody else on their, maybe JJ Redick on their JJ Redick's podcast were saying he's the best defender in the league, Jrue Holiday. And the media doesn't give him enough credit.
Fair enough.
Kevin Durant saying that's the toughest guy that's ever guarded me. So, because Chris Paul, game 6 against the Clippers, went fucking nuts. 37 points, 7 of 8 from the three-point line or whatever the fuck it was, just buried them.
Yep.
So he can do it. But I think Jrue is a better defender than we give him credit for.
Fair enough.
So it could just be that.
But if that's the case, if you can be stopped, then you don't got it.
Yeah,
there's nobody that's going to stop Jordan. Nobody's going to stop Kobe in his prime.
He's not that level.
Yeah.
He's not.
And that's the thing that he's got to realize. He's got to realize I'm not good enough to do this on my own or as the best guy. So I got to check my fucking ego and let a better guy handle these situations. Now, Devin Booker didn't step up.
Yeah.
He didn't step up. This is a big game. I need a 30 ball from you this game, Dev.
Yeah.
I need a 30 ball. At the end of the day, we can say whatever we want to say, but if Giannis in the closeout game drops 50,
yeah,
and we give him all the credit for that, you're going to get all the criticism for not doing the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I had a bad game. You don't have bad games when you're about to get closed out.
Yeah.
That's not allowed. The greats find a way. All right, guys, we got to take a break from this exclusive Patreon clip because I got to tell you about the best bubblers in the business, and they are from Freeze Pipe. Look at this thing of beauty right here. Absolutely stunning. Now, listen, there's 2 types of cannabis smokers out there, okay? Those who suffer from burning, scratchy throats, and those who smoke Freeze Pipe. Yes, get rid of that burny, scratchy throat. This thing right here is going to save your life. It's going to save your esophagus, and it's going to save you some valuable time coughing like a cock, okay? Freeze Pipe's freezable glycerin coils are going to be so enjoyed by you, okay? They're going to allow you to have bigger hits without the throat burning or intense coughing. And today, I'm holding the king of cold in the newly released the Freeze Pipe Bong Dual, okay? With 2 levels of water filtration and their largest glycerin coil. This thing is like taking bong rips from Mr. Freeze's ice gun. The secret is freezable glycerin chambers, losing that cool smoke by hundreds of degrees for smoother and bigger hits. When smoke passes through these frozen chambers, it instantly is cooled for a much nicer hit that you'll feel instantly. Your throat and lungs are gonna thank you. So check out this bong or Freeze Pipe's entire line of unique pipes, bubblers, bongs, and dab rigs at thefreezepipe.com. Okay? Use the code Andrew and save 15% off your first order. Remember, that's at thefreezepipe.com. Use the code Andrew and save 15% off your first order. Now let's get back to this exclusive Patreon clip. The greats find a way. I don't care if you have 7 points, you have 20 assists.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have 7 points, you have 15 steals.
Yeah.
You are finding a way to affect the game. Giannis affecting the game on both sides.
And
you have 5 dimes. You're Chris Paul. You have 5 dimes
that's
in a
unacceptable.
closeout game.
That's
Unacceptable, bro.
You need 9, 10, 11. You're Chris Paul. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, bare minimum.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you drop 26, okay, which is still great, but it's not enough to affect the game to the point where you win. I need double-digit assists. Yeah. I need you setting up your teammates, bro.
Yeah, and he's not going to be one of the greatest of all time. He's one of the best point guard brains ever, but physically he just isn't superior like Giannis is the fucking freak.
If he got this championship, he might go down as best point guard of all time.
Yeah, best pure point guard, maybe.
If you take Magic out, because obviously it's a little bit different right there, but best pure he might, if he got the ring. Without the ring, he's not even going to be in the combo, dog.
Why do you take Magic out of it?
Just the way his size.
He was like 6'8", 6'9". He was a fucking freak.
Yeah,
he was LeBron before.
He could guard centers.
He
wasn't
played
a
center in the
traditional
finals
point guard.
once.
Yeah. But I mean, he is the greatest point guard of all time. If we're just saying who brought the ball up the court and who was distributing the ball, 100%. But in terms of what we know a point guard to be, oftentimes the smallest guy on the team, really kind of setting up teammates and being deferential in terms of scoring.
Yeah, and thinking about the whole court all the time and 1-2 plays ahead, whatever.
Yeah.
One blemish on this thing is they beat the broken up Nets with just Kevin Durant. But if you want to talk about resilience, they were down 0-2 to the Nets, then down 3-2 to the Nets, then down 0-1 to the Hawks, fine, but 0-2 to the Suns. Like, these guys overcame some shit. It's a great title run.
Giannis asshole don't get tight.
And
Neither does Chris Middleton, bro.
Oh, no. That motherfucker's
Middleton,
ready, dog.
He's ready.
Son, that shot, I think they were up 4, and he comes around a Giannis screen, gets the ball handed off to him, and then hits a mid-range jumper. He's not too far out, but he's fading as he pulls up and takes it, and I think that puts them up 6, or that puts them up 8. And that was the bucket that sealed the game for them. The game was just out of reach for the Suns after that bucket. That was a hard shot. No hesitation. Yeah. The second he got that ball handed off to him, but even before the handoff, he knew he was shooting. He knew the second he got his hands on that ball, he's pulling up and
he is the closer. Like, that's a change they made. He closes out games now.
And it works perfectly with Giannis.
Yes.
Because Giannis's game, he put up a 50 ball, so this is going to sound weird what I'm about to say, but his dominance is not offensive in terms of one-on-one basketball. Get you a bucket.
He's not Kobe, he's Shaq.
Yeah.
Slender Shaq.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it.
Have him inside. He gets struggle at the free throw line, most likely. Maybe just like Shaq, he hits him when it counts. Maybe. Yep. But, like, he's not going to be the guy that fucking dribbles and closes out and goes ISO. Yeah. That's not him.
Yep. No,
I remember Chris Middleton's first All-Star game. I always watch a player's first All-Star game to see how they play. And I remember he was just putting up shots, hitting. Like, he was ready. Yeah. There was no fear in him. And I was like, oh, that guy got it.
Charlotte?
Yeah, I think it was Charlotte. I think you guys went that weekend. Yeah, and I remember he had a great game, and I was like, yo, this is your first All-Star game, and you balled out. You're not afraid of the moment. Yeah. Think of that moment if you're like a fringe All-Star, and you're there with LeBron and Kevin Durant, whoever the fuck else, and you're just, all right, let's go.
Yeah, man. It was cool to see, man. It was really cool to see, and good for Giannis, and I think it got him over the hump, and I think with certain guys, they do this, and all of a sudden they feel like the star that they are.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, I was going to ask that next. Go ahead.
I think we're probably going to say the same thing, which is like you could see another level to Giannis.
Yeah.
Because now he's not playing with the I'm a star, but I don't have anything to prove it.
Yeah.
Now he's playing with a ring.
Yeah.
You can't
with a ring and a contract that's now he made this commitment last year. So it's like
he got the contract, so there's a confidence there. He got the ring, so there's the confidence there, and he balled out and dropped 50 in the closeout game.
Son,
like sorry to interrupt, but like you can't. People were starting to be like, should we talk about Chris Middleton for MVP of this? MVP of this series, and it's like 50 in a closeout.
Not even a question now.
You be quiet now.
Yo, I'm actually more impressed by 16 of 17 at the line.
Insane.
In the closeout game.
If Steph Curry did that, we'd be like, fucking, 16 of 17 at the line.
And he's a 90% shooter.
Yeah.
After fucking up the other game.
Yes.
Son, like the entire playoffs, he was a bum at the line. And once they started doing the whole counting shit, that was really getting in his head. And the fact that he was just able to overcome that to me is like, wow.
Mental fortitude, bro.
That's crazy.
He's got it. He's a steel trap.
He has the best mentality, dude. I looked up his age.
Right? He's like,
yeah, and I looked up his age. I was like, this kid to be this mentally, like, just kind of wise, 26 years old. That shit when he said, like, I just want to live in the present, and all this stuff is my pride, and all this stuff is my ego. I was like, that's a fucking old man talking.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of shit is great.
Yeah, it's like old man wisdom. Like, that's like some shit you get out of, like, Europe or Africa or something like that. Like,
dude.
From, like, people that are from cultures that are old.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
that's some African, like, Nigerian, old wise man
Greek shit, too. Like,
maybe Greek, too.
Yeah.
He had another quote where he said something like...
Americans, we don't have those quotes yet.
No, we're too young.
Just get money.
Get money, work hard.
Every quote comes out
Get money, get bitches.
Get money, get bitches, work hard. Like, everything comes out to that. And then after a few thousand years, like, those cultures existed, then we'll have some things about, like, appreciate life.
Yeah.
But we don't have that just yet.
Yeah. He had another quote that I like. And this is when I was like, man, this guy's great. He said something about, like, this was after not only that crazy-ass block in Game 4 and the alley-oop in Game 5. He was like, look, we didn't know we were going to win this game, Game 5. We were down 15. But this team, the only team I've been on that just never stops giving effort, and that's the most important thing. We were down. We never knew we were going to win this game. We were down 15. We didn't know. We were up 7 at the end. We didn't know. We had no idea how this game was going to turn out. But this team always gives maximum effort, and that's what's important. And it's like, man, fuck. That's a great message for any kid that looks up to him.
Yeah, it is.
Congrats,
it is cool.
Giannis, man.
Congrats, Giannis.
Congrats,
you think
Giannis.
Congrats to
You got his
Giannis.
ring,
Congrats to the Bucks. Congrats to PJ Tuck. Like, there's guys on that team that I'm excited won. You know,
he's probably going to play out at least this next year, maybe another. But do you think he will leave Milwaukee now?
maybe. But here's the thing: if he leaves, y'all can't be
You
mad.
can't be mad, bro.
Like,
Nobody
you can't
can
be mad. Like, he gave you the ring. He stayed there until he got the ring.
Yes.
And if now he wants to go to a big market team
Yeah.
and make tons of endorsement money, I mean, like, if he goes to the Lakers, you realize, like, he's in every single action movie. He's doing whatever he wants. The endorsements are going to be insane. Like,
Yeah.
he will make another, I'm just picking a number out of nowhere, but, like, he'll probably make another $100 million just being on the Lakers.
Yeah.
And having access to certain things he just won't have access to if he's in Milwaukee. Same thing with being Golden State. Like, all the tech opportunities that will be brought to him just from being close.
Yeah, Kevin Durant invested in fucking Coinbase. Like, I mean, the opportunities are just insane. But I really respect that he's like, nah, I'm a $100 millionaire. What else do I need?
Yeah.
And he just stayed and committed.
The fascinating thing now is that he is going to compete for Greece in the Olympics.
Yeah.
So they're technically, I think, still qualifying. Like he has to now, like 4 days later, go play like qualifying game for Greece.
Oh, fuck that. I'd be celebrating.
So like try to get them into the Olympics, and then has to compete in the Olympics against all your boys.
Oh, dude, he had his post. Oh, also, no, I noticed, I looked at social media yesterday. No post since the playoffs started. Once playoffs started, no social media. Then his last post was just his brother eating at his house at like 6, 7 a.m. And then a picture of the championship trophy in the bed. But like, this guy's not the fucking, he's like almost the anti-LeBron, almost the anti-Heatles. Like, my post is going to be, we're at my house and my brother's eating alone at my counter after that night. And then it's a picture in bed with my like daughter.
Yeah, it's like with LeBron, like everything is so like filtered and thought out and trying
like
to like
party
gain
and loves the
social media.
spotlight and loves, going out and doing all the things.
And then Giannis is just so authentic. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's cringy and silly and stupid and he looks goofy trying to tell a joke.
Yeah.
But it's so likable because it's him.
Yeah.
It's authentic and real. And LeBron is just so much more like fabricated.
Yes.
You know, it feels
Most
like,
stars
Yeah.
fabricated.
Yeah. And I understand that too because you're a $1 billion business.
Yeah.
You're LeBron. It's like, don't tweet out shit that's going to hurt these 10 other things we
Yeah.
got going on.
I have
Let's
too much
think
to
about
lose.
this. Yeah.
But wait, back on the extension
Oh, sorry.
though.
Real quick to interrupt. A really cool thing happened. By the Bucks winning, all of Giannis's brothers
Now have a ring.
and him have a ring.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 of them. Maybe there's
There's
another
3.
one.
There's 3.
But one got one with the Lakers
Last year, yeah.
last year.
Oh, shit.
And then his brother plays on the Bucks.
Yeah, Costas.
So now the whole family are
He's
NBA
king.
champions.
That's
That's
fucking
kinda-
crazy.
That's fucking unreal.
Yeah, as well. Is that the
unbelievable.
most decorated NBA family?
I wonder.
Gotta be. Because there's 3.
Because I mean,
2, I'm sure.
it's
eh,
so rare
probably
3
happened.
even make it to the league.
Yeah.
I think that happened with the Plumlees, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Or you could say
Mason,
Rick Barry,
Brent
Brett
Barry,
Barry, John Barry.
John. But yeah, but I don't know if they all got rings.
Did they?
I don't think John did. Brent
Yeah.
did with the Spurs.
What about the Currys?
Yeah, the Currys are closed. Dell's the best
Seth,
scorer in
Seth
Hornets
doesn't have a
history.
ring. Dell, I don't know if he has a ring.
No, what I was saying
I
is his
think Dell got
contract
one.
keeps him there through 2025, and then he has a player option for 25-26. So, but what they can opt out.
He'll be 29.
You can opt
He'll
out,
still
and a
be
lot
this-
of times what they'll do is like a sign and trade in those
Sign and trade,
situations because
okay.
you can sign a bigger contract if you stay with your team. So you can sign. I think this is how the CBA works now. Is like you can sign a 4-year max deal with a new team. You can sign a 5-year max deal with a team you're already on. So
Yeah.
it incentivizes you to not leave the team that you're on.
Yeah.
But you could also do, I think, a sign and trade where it's like, okay, I want the 5 years.
Also, in 4 years, I get out a year earlier, and the salary cap has increased, so I can make more money.
yeah.
So you almost want a shorter contract.
What up, people? You just watched a clip from our weekly Patreon episode. You can support the Flagrancy. You can support this unapologetic, unfiltered, uncensored content that we drop weekly on our Patreon at patreon.com/flagrant2. You want to go join? You should, because it's the top 10 Patreon in the fucking world. That's right, for good reason. Go check out why at patreon.com/flagrant2. All right, peace.